it's Samantha. So today I'm coming to you with a book tag, and I've actually already done this book tag in the past, but I did it like 3 years ago, and I have some more negative opinions which I'd love to share because, not gonna lie, it's sometimes really fun to just share your negative opinions, and also sometimes people can relate and I'm like, oh my god, it's not just me who feels this way. So today I'm doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag round 2. So I'm gonna just answer the exact same questions, but I'll have different answers, obviously, because it's been literally 3 years since I last did this tag. So yeah, this tag was created by the book Archer, and I will link her video down below, and I'll also link my previous video that I did down below, because in case you want to see what my opinions were 3 years ago. They still haven't changed. Anyway, so question number 1 is, what is a popular book or series that you didn't like? I'm gonna go for one that I recently read that everybody seems to love. Literally, I've only heard one other negative review, and that is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I couldn't even finish this book, and I got 72% of the way through, but I was so bored because literally nothing happened that I just couldn't be bothered to finish it. It was just so boring. The characters were super boring. I did not care at all about any of them, and there was just no action going on, which is surprising because it was a book about superheroes and villains, so you would expect there to be some action, but there was zero. Hi, I'm just editing this video and I realized that I forgot to mention one that I read last year, which I absolutely hated, and I've mentioned this in my my least favorite books of 2017, but I feel like I need to mention it again because people are always surprised when they hear this, but I despise Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I think it's an awful book, the characters suck, the plot is boring, and the writing is awful. So yeah, 0 out of 10 would not recommend Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I'm sorry about the terrible quality, but I just had to put that out there. I hate Ready Player One because everyone else loves it, and I don't get it. The second question is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate, but you love. For this one, I don't really know. I tend to dislike a lot of the same books as a lot of other people, but I guess a lot of people don't really like the An Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir, and I don't really know why, because I think that series is really good, but it's not like a hated series. It's just a lot of people feel a bit meh about it, and then there's some people who love it. I really love that series, so I guess An Ember in the Ashes. Question 3 is a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you don't like. For this question, I can't actually think of a book where I really don't like the OTP. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go for TV show, and I'm gonna say Stefan and Caroline from The Vampire Diaries. That relationship is just not right. It's just no. Question number 4 is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. And for this question, my answer is dystopian. I hate dystopian books. I used to love them, and like if I reread The Hunger Games, I'm sure I would love it. But since then, I've read more dystopians, and I've just like hated most of them. So I'm just really sick of dystopian right now. The only dystopian that I've enjoyed recently was Scythe by Neil Shusterman, but that's kind of like, it doesn't feel like a dystopian. Whereas The Hunger Games feels like a dystopian. All the other dystopians I've read feel like dystopians, and I have not enjoyed them. Question number 5 is a popular or beloved character that you don't like. And for this one, I'm gonna go for one which some of you guys are gonna unsubscribe, and that sucks, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Sirius Black that much. Sorry. Everyone always is like, oh yeah, I love the 3rd Harry Potter book because we're introduced to Sirius, and Sirius is like the best character ever. And I'm like, okay, but out of like the original group that were at Hogwarts, Lupin's the best. It's not that I dislike Sirius, it's just that I don't understand why everyone is so obsessed with Sirius. Like, in terms of like a father figure for Harry, Lupin is way better in my personal opinion. I think Sirius is just like, okay. I like Sirius, I just don't understand why everyone loves Sirius. Do you know what I mean? I don't hate him, I just don't particularly have like strong feelings towards him. Question number 6 is a popular author that you can't seem to get into. And for that one, I'm gonna go for Marissa Meyer. So I really enjoyed the Lunar Chronicles series. I haven't read the last book yet, but I really enjoyed them, but I had to listen to those books on audio. I couldn't actually physically read her books, and I think it's because she's like hella descriptive in her writing, and it just doesn't work for me personally. And like since reading the Lunar Chronicles, I've also read Heartless, and I didn't like that book, and then as I said, I tried to read Renegades and ended up not finishing it because I just really didn't like it. So I think Marissa Meyer is my answer for this question. I just can't really seem to get into her writing anymore. Question number 7 is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. I hate it when the main character dies. What the hell? This one book that came out, you know, in that big dystopian trilogy, I'm trying not to spoil anyone, but yeah, that main character dies. And then since then, I've read a lot of books where the main character dies, and I'm like, but why? Another trope that I don't like is when a character dies and then they bring them back to life. I'm like, if you've killed someone, just kill them. Like, don't bring them back. I think it's stupid. Like, question number 8 is a popular series that you have no interest in reading. For this one, I'm gonna go for Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This book just does not sound like my cup of tea at all. I've heard some negative reviews and some positive reviews, and I've just been like, you know, I'm just gonna pass. Like, I have no interest in reading that series. It just doesn't sound for me, and I feel like I'm not gonna enjoy it. And the last question is, the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? And for this one, I'm gonna go for the 100 TV show. I actually watched the 100 TV show first, and then I read the first 2 books in the 100 series, and they were okay, but they were like 3-star books. I'm sure if I reread them now, they'd be 2-star books, but at the time, they were 3-star books. But I just prefer the TV show. I have actually stopped watching it, but I've been meaning to get back into it and actually rewatch the first few seasons that I watched, just because it was actually a really enjoyable show. Like, it's not the best show in the world. Like, the acting was not that great. The special effects were definitely not that great. It was enjoyable, and I cared about the characters. There's a couple that I ship so hard in that show, which I want to see if they end up together. I'm pretty sure they do, because like everyone ships them. I have a feeling they do, but I'm not entirely sure, so yeah. Anyway, those are all the questions for the Unpopular Opinions book tag. I'm not going to be tagging anyone because this tag is super old, but if you want to do it, feel free to do it. Say I tagged you, that's absolutely fine. And feel free to share some of your answers down below in the comments. I would love to know if we share any of the same opinions, or if you hate me for some of my opinions. I wouldn't want to know that, actually. Like, keep that to yourself. You don't need to tell me you hate me. It's fine. I hate myself enough for everyone. Anyway, but that is going to be all for today's video, so I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below. And I upload videos on Fridays, so I'll see you next Friday with another video. Bye!